Filmspringa!
Hey, Brynne, have you seen Steel Magnolias?
Oh my god, yes, I love that movie.
Jonsey, you've seen it, right?
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
You've seen Dracula, right?
Oh, I love that movie. It's so good.
Lena, you've seen it.
What do you think? Filmspringa!
Hey, Brynne, have you seen Weekend at Bernie's?
Oh my god, Weekend at Bernie's saved my life.
Jonsey, you have to have seen it.
Oh my god, no, I haven't. Of course not. You've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. It's the best.
That movie scared the out of me when I was a
Lena,
kid.
did it scare the out of you? I have not seen that one, and I will be praying for all of your souls.
It's your Filmspringa, Lena.
Hasn't seen it.
It's showtime!
Hey, welcome to another episode of Filmspringa, the podcast about all of your favorite movies and your sheltered friend who's never seen them. I'm Tony, and I'm here with...
I'm Brynne. I'm not sheltered.
No, she's not the sheltered one, but the sheltered one is...
Hi, Jonsey or Lena,
Or
whatever.
Lena.
I'm sheltered.
And everybody, this is a very different week. The tables have been turned this week, and for this week, we actually watched... I wouldn't call this a film.
No,
I would call this a series that Jonsey, Lena grew up on and we've been hearing about. So we finally, Brynne and I, sat down and watched an episode, maybe two, of Shelley Devall's Fairy Tale Theater, which came out in 1982 to 1987. And the specific episode we are watching is the pilot. The one that we watched is the pilot. It's the
It
tale of
lasted
the...
that long?
Yes, I'm surprised
seasons.
just as much as you. It's the Tale of the Frog Prince. So that is the specific one we're going to talk about. And then the whole series of the Shelley Devall Fairy Tales Theater. So we're going to get into. And we have thoughts. And mind you, this is the first time Brynne and I, for me especially, I've never even heard of them. I've never even known.
For a long time, Lena had us convinced that this was Shelley Long's Fairy Tale Theater. And we were like, what did she get into when she left Cheers?
I know.
This is
And
not,
I'm like,
all right. It makes a little more sense, Shelley Duvall. A little more sense.
a
but
lot more sense. A lot more sense if we're going to
that
be
blonde
honest.
hair at the beginning. Let's get into it.
Oh, we're going to
And
get
the
into
flower
it.
crown, which is the
Yeah.
beginning of every episode.
Every
which to me, I was just
episode.
like, I need a flower crown in my life.
No, thank you, ma'am. So
No.
they actually do not have a trailer for this series available. So we are actually going to watch a little clip from the episode we watched this week, which is The Tale of the Frog Prince. And typo on the graphics, I was in a really quick hurry. So this is
It
the
doesn't
frog
matter.
price.
I'm sorry that you guys have to watch this.
I know.
Please
Okay,
keep
let's
listening.
I'm not-
listen.
I apologize.
You're welcome.
Out in the garden.
Pardon me. Could you not make so much noise? You're scaring away all the flies.
Who said that?
I did.
Where are you?
I'm over here.
I don't see you.
I'm on top of the well, dear.
Oh, a horrid toad.
Ooh, a nasty princess. And I am not a toad. I am a frog, and fiercely proud of it.
Same difference. You're both horrid reptiles.
I am not a reptile. I am an amphibian. I am bi-elemental. I can jump both ways, either air or water. Whereas you are merely mono-elemental, and a noisy one at that.
How dare you talk to me that way? Don't you know that I'm a princess?
I can tell.
Really, how?
You're very rude.
Go away.
Oh, I was here first.
I said go
Oh,
away.
I was here first.
Well, stop looking at me.
Yeah, thank you. That is it. So I
Better watch more.
understand this is Jonsey's childhood, so we will try to be as kind as possible.
No, I will not. Okay.
I will be as kind.
I just have
kind
to.
as
I do not understand
Yeah.
your childhood and like your parents' rationale, because if there is ever a movie that I have seen or anything that has been an abomination to God, it is this piece of
Because
work.
of his costume. Because
I saw
of the
frog
script.
scrota. I saw the outline of a frog scrotum.
That's God being mad at you right now. It's no I'm kidding. That's
Is that all the
Lena-
jellicles?
Yes,
All the
Lena's like
jellicles are
making
like,
the
"What?"
call. She's like, you guys.
I saw the outline of several times saw the outline of frog scrotum.
Yes, I did too. He did
I-
not tuck well.
Sex jokes regarding a anthropomorphic is what? Okay, First
of all, Jonsey, let everybody know what the Shelley Devall fairy tale theater is and what it's all about, and then specifically this episode, who starred in it and what it's about and all that good stuff.
All right. So, like Tony already said, this was a series from 1982 to 1987. 5 years, 6 seasons on Showtime. This was actually this and Fraggle Rock, which was on HBO. So they were kind of competitors, which was another show that I absolutely loved.
I love Fraggle Rock.
We've talked about this, Jonesy. We both
Yes.
obsessed about Fraggle Rock back in the day.
Talked about Fraggle Rock at great length with both of you guys. One of my sisters actually got me a Fraggle Rock t-shirt, so it starts a lot of conversations with people of my generation, which is great.
Yeah.
But yes, this along with Fraggle Rock was actually one of cable TV's first forays into episodic shows, like creating their own. So you have fairy tale theater and Fraggle Rock to thank for shows like Game of Thrones, Westworld.
I wouldn't go that far. Let's just hold up a second. Moving
on.
Oh, before Jonesy goes on, I do want to say this is the first time on the podcast we've delved into children's TV. This is the first children's series that we've actually talked about. We haven't done children movies or kid movie specific. So.
Even though I did show my daughter The Witches, and you guys shamed me for it after. You're like, yeah, it's fine. And then I said I let her watch it, and you guys were like, you're a bad mom.
You're a bad mom. That's a horror film. Okay, go ahead, Jonesy.
Sorry, go.
Re-listen to that one. I don't think I shamed you too much. But anyway.
Well, apparently, Brynne is very hostile to Jonesy on the episodes.
That's true. That's what some of our reviewers, and by some, I mean my mom, say.
I'm trying to work on it. We are the best of friends in real life.
I know. Okay, go ahead, Jonesy.
But so anyway, Shelley Devall, not Shelley Long, actually had the idea a couple years prior while she was filming Popeye with Robin Williams.
Love it.
She was reading The Frog Prince. Now, why was a grown woman reading?
That is on a whole nother
As
episode.
one does when they're hanging around the set of The Shining, just to maybe balance it out.
Well, and that's the thing. She filmed Popeye and The Shining at this kind of in the same time frame.
Yeah.
So one, thank God she had something better to go to after the infamous horror that was her experience filming The Shining.
Have you seen The Shining, Lena?
I have. Yes.
Okay, good.
I was a big reader, and Stephen King was
that's right.
One of my favorite authors.
The juxtaposition of your childhood is so strange to me.
Okay, go ahead about the series.
My husband, while watching,
we got a lot to dive into.
This explains a lot.
So much. Yeah, we got a lot to get into.
So yes, anyway, she was on the set of Popeye, the 1980 film that she does with Robin Williams. She plays Olive Oil, of course. Robin Williams is the title character, Popeye. So yeah, she was reading the Brothers Grimm book. Also, side note, if anyone's curious, in the original, because all original fairy tales have some aspect of being really fucked up.
Fucked up.
That Disney and all of the other companies are just like, we'll ignore that part.
Well, this one had that too in the original. The princess throws the frog against the wall to turn him into a prince.
Yep.
I mean, she's
so
violent.
That's how that happens. Which is great.
I
visual
prefer
in my
that to
head.
this sort of date rapey sort of let me sleep on your pillow. You owe me.
We'll get
it
into
was,
that.
Let me sleep with you. Oh, but not with you. Beside you.
You.
I think he
And
explained that
watch
very
you.
well.
Sure, a frat boy wouldn't do that. That's
Not
not
at
a
all.
just the tip type of mentality.
All right,
I don't like what you're doing.
Keep going, Jonesy.
So yeah, anyway, she actually asked her co-star Robin Williams kind of spun some ideas off of him while filming Popeye, and asked him if he thought it would be funny, and if he thought the Frog Prince could be made funny. And he was on board, and that's kind of how he got pulled into being the Frog Prince in her very first episode. So that's kind of the background of fairy tale theater. She went on to make, I believe there were 36 episodes in total. So
wasn't there spin-offs like Tall Tales and Legends?
Correct.
Nightmare Classics.
And the Nightmare one.
And then Bedtime Stories, which all didn't do as well as fairy tale theater, right?
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to hear.
And the big thing about fairy tale theater was it was supposed to be, celebrities, movie stars, comedians, TV stars that you knew and recognized, the parents did. And also they were brought on, different directors and comedy writers were brought on to write the episodes as well as direct. Francis Ford Coppola directed one of these episodes, guys.
So did Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Tim Burton directed one of these episodes.
Obviously, this was early in their careers when they needed the work.
I think if you look at the cast list of the people who were involved in fairy tale theater, no one was here because they needed work. They were already established actors and actresses. You're telling me Christopher Reeves was an unknown when he did this?
What did Shelley Duvall have on you?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Is my question.
What blackmail
Susan
shit
Sarandon.
did she have on these celebrities?
Even Heidi
Billy
Fleiss's
Crystal.
book? Is that what's up?
No, I love this series. I love future episodes. I love The Emperor Has No Clothes. There's one that my sisters and I always watched. I think it's The Dancing Princesses, where everyone goes to bed and they disappear to this alternate world at night, and then they accidentally get stuck. And because there were so many sisters, my sisters and I loved that one. Like, this is just fun.
Okay. Okay.
No?
Okay.
Anybody?
All right. So
again, not making stars, Eric Idle from Monty Python actually wrote this episode, directed this episode, and narrated.
I was like, this is someone that is trying to be funny in a British SNL type of way, and it is not translating, and it is not working. And whoever just wrote, put Robin Williams in a frog suit on a plate and have him do a couple minutes of stand-up.
And a tap routine or whatever. And then
so much cocaine was involved in this.
Love it.
So much cocaine.
Loved it as a kid.
They were like,
loved
yeah,
it as an adult.
Okay, so I watched this for the first time last night, and then I rewatched it. Not high. Let me just say, even high, it was horrible. And I watched it sober, and I couldn't. The thing, okay, this is what really got me, and I think because this specific episode, the artwork in it is Parry's, I think. And
Yes.
I was a huge
Inspired.
fan of his. This is horrible representation of his artwork in this whole film. If it is inspired by his artwork, it made me mad because it was so bad.
The set
Yes,
design,
it was bad.
costuming, so the saturated
Oh, it
hues,
was bad. It didn't represent it.
the idealized neoclassical
Not at all.
imagery. Yes, I stole that directly from Wikipedia.
Yeah, you did. No, it didn't do any of that. I was looking forward to it because of that reason. Being an art nerd, I was like, oh, this is going to look real. I was just like, this is nothing like his artwork. It's muddy. It looks like really bad community theater. No budget.
Yes, it looked like very bad community theater.
And I understand.
And I was
it
like,
was
what are they going
early
for?
80s, but still, you're going to make a frog, put a man in a frog outfit, and not have his eyes or mouth move at all? And have a horrible tuck where he has a noose knuckle? No.
Yes, the whole time. I am like, why am I
Okay, well, first of all, why are you looking at crop tops?
How is it hard not to? Oh, and then we get Robin Williams in drag at the end of it, looking like a pretty.
He's not in drag.
That was drag.
He just
that
had-
was drag. He had eyelashes. He had he was in full drag, full blowout. That wig.
No.
I'm sorry.
All he had was eyelashes and a long wig, but he was a man. We saw him naked.
No.
He was a
that was
man.
full drag from the neck up.
Also, as far as his headpiece not moving, I would like to remind everyone of the 80s film Howard
Which
the Duck.
bombed.
Whose face piece never, ever moved
He
either.
blinked.
Also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Don't you do
not
Howard the
move.
Duck like that. Don't you do him dirty like that. He
Howard the
blinked.
Duck was
I'm
on
just saying.
way better than this. And that was even shit.
It was later. It was late 80s. But what I'm saying is clearly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Howard the Duck, the frog from the Tales of the Frog Prince fairy tale theater.
So
The
you are
80s
putting
did
those-
not know how to make a moving head.
Yeah, they did.
Okay?
You are
That's
cut-
not
you
my
are-
No,
fault.
they did. This was
You were
literally
putting those of a
Yeah.
kind. You were on the same level. You were saying Howard the Duck, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, full budget movie, and Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall's Faerie Theater. These are all
They are
in a
not.
bucket together.
As far as like heads you wear as an actor in the 80s.
No.
Yes,
Nobody
they're the
knows
same.
where anyone's eye line is. Teri Garr is 10 feet away. Her eyes
That's
are
why-
10
I was
feet
like,
away.
where is
from
she
where
looking
the
at?
frog is all the
So
time.
this is the other thing. The
did-
princess.
I did point that out to my husband. I was like, look, this is the time before they realize stick a tennis ball on the end of the
Thank you.
stick and
Yes.
be like, look at the ball.
So the princess is played by Teri
yeah,
Garr. The
everyone was
princess is played
looking.
by Teri Garr, who looks like she's in her early 30s and playing a princess in this film.
Yes, I was like, this is strange. I love me some
I do
Teri Garr, and I've been
too.
told in my life that I look like
And she
Teri
did
Garr.
Great.
No, she
Which is
one
a
note
huge
the whole way
compliment
through.
to me.
Bratty. Somebody slapped.
Terrible. She was awful. Miscast.
The whole cast was
Terrible.
awful.
That her accent was horrendous. I was like,
disagree.
Teri, what? And here's the thing that makes me
Yes,
mad.
princess.
Ugh.
Princess.
The
And I was
acting
like,
was
"You
her.
are
They were
making-
they only could do one level.
They
That
were-
was it.
Yes, and Teri Garr is a good actress. You know, Robin Williams, R.I.P., can act his ass off. They're
Michael
making
Richards,
deliberate
Kramer.
Yeah,
choices.
horrible.
These are like deliberate choices that they're like, we are going to act
Yeah.
badly.
They're
That
gonna
is what
do.
we are doing in this movie.
I don't think it's bad.
As an
watching it
actress,
as
how
an
can you
adult-
say that with a
I
straight
was kidding, you're a
face?
very
Okay,
good
so-
actress, Lena.
Okay, so watching it as an adult, I kind of got the feeling like obviously I had the nostalgia goggles
Yeah.
where I didn't realize they were acting in a way,
Yeah,
right?
Acting bad.
So rewatching it, I was like, oh, they're acting like it's an inside joke.
That nobody gets.
Does that make sense?
Nobody
I get
understands
it.
Because you,
No, I
yeah,
get
you're
it.
evangelical. Of course you are. It was made for you.
You and your jellicles are like,
You and
what
your
is it? There are
angelical
so many
cats.
sex jokes. You and your jellicles. There's like the horny, don't be such a horny toad. And there's like, I won't let you sleep with me. And I was like, there are so many sex jokes and
So
scrotum
one of the-
outlines that I cannot
I
believe.
know.
one of the things I didn't realize, and I was like, I'm surprised my parents let that fly and let us keep watching this. There's a line, you're very beautiful in your own bitchy
Yes.
way.
Bitchy,
And
he
I
says,
full
he calls
on
her
stopped
bitchy.
and
I
was
did
like,
too.
I don't remember
I was like, wait a minute,
that.
this is a kids show? And he said, you have a bitchy face? Wow.
Bitchy. I was
No,
like,
Bitchy way. Either way.
Which she does have a bitchy way.
also, what was happening with Michael Richards' prosthetics?
So
And his
both of the
acting.
kings had long added noses and added
Why?
chins.
Why?
It's Shelley Devall.
Why?
It's just Shelley Devall.
Why?
Because I think it's supposed to be big and over the top. And so like the kings are this hyper stylized, over the top, bigger
What kind of
character.
stylized was that? Was that just like
What was the style?
Yeah, I just
The style to me was basically if you and your friends in a theater troupe decided to put on a
Yeah.
sarcastic, fun children's show
I feel
that has
that.
a wink, wink, nudge, nudge for the parents.
no.
Okay. And then
no.
and then the other king, his
Oh, it was
voice,
annoying.
I almost turned it off.
Yeah.
His voice was so grating that, and I know that actor is around. He's like a
Very, very
character actor.
famous.
Yeah.
He
But it is
in so
nuts.
many things.
his voice is, he's doing like a Catherine, like it's like somebody mocking Catherine Hepburn, like somebody doing it.
Mocking
And then
Catherine
I said,
Hepburn.
you are a daughter of mine, you are no daughter to the king. I was like,
But I thought that's what I thought everyone just mocked Catherine Hepburn in the early 80s. That's what I thought.
that was an acting style.
Yeah.
I'm of the mocking Catherine Hepburn school of acting. The
Still
stress
be or not?
No, I
That's
can't.
the question.
It was
That's
just
my scene.
oh,
nut.
the whole thing. There was. I'm sorry, but there is no redeeming quality to this movie whatsoever for me. Absolutely. You know what was really bothersome towards me
I agree.
is the fact that this had really good actors, right?
Yes.
So I was gonna go.
And future
yes,
episodes do.
I was gonna go.
Yes.
In my head before I was watching, I was thinking to myself like, okay, it's probably gonna look really bad because it's the 80s and the story's probably gonna be but you know what? The acting's gonna do it. Ruined the acting. I was just the last saving grace. Gone.
You don't think that this is what I think.
What?
Robin Williams was told,
You.
be Robin Williams. Yes, which he did, except they were like, also be a PG Robin Williams stand-up comic frog. And so for me, as a little kid in the 80s, this was actually my introduction to stand-up comedy.
That
I'm
makes
Oh,
ashamed
God.
to say that
Oh,
sentence.
God.
That
I
makes me
just
so
realized as
sad.
I was saying it that like this is probably not something to be proud of, Lena.
No.
Look at their faces. Look at Brynne's face. She is a
aghast.
stand-up
I know.
comic.
She's like, how dare you? The thing is this was on Showtime, so there had to be somewhat of a
Yes.
budget. You know what I think the budget went to is getting the name stars. They didn't put it into the production or
Yeah.
the writing
I had to.
because that's the only explanation why it looked so shitty.
So I do
Why
think
is he
I
so
think the
big?
production is supposed to feel like you're watching a children's theater.
A bad
that
children's
is
theater.
Live.
And I felt
It was just, I don't.
Yeah.
It's also 38 years old.
But that's
so-
not an excuse. We just saw Aliens, which was what?
Yeah.
19 around the same time. Stunningly gorgeous and
79?
Yeah. So I mean, and we've reviewed other movies from even the 70s that had better quality than this on a budget.
Also movie budget TV show on Showtime, which is the first kind of TV show.
Still,
on cable TV.
It was.
No.
Oh, and the other thing. So I checked out.
I don't think it was that
So I
bad.
checked out other episodes, such as The Nightingale. Problematic.
That one is
Because
problematic.
it was super
That
racist.
one's very
Yeah,
problematic.
super racist the way they approached it.
So that one that wasn't one of the ones that we like rewatched or that kind of stuff because we had the full VHS series. So
Oh, God.
we
Holy
owned
moly.
that and could
Wow.
watch them as we wanted. The Nightingale, I remember randomly we would watch it because we felt bad for it. Like, did you ever do that as a kid where you like felt bad for your toy? So you'd be like, well, I don't really like your toy, but
Yeah.
I guess I'll play with you.
No.
Because
I did that.
like you count the quota of how many times you played with them and you're
You're
like,
like, oh,
well,
yeah,
here's a
I
pity
get
play.
that.
Well, I didn't really
I did that.
remember the tale of the Nightingale. It was one of the Grimm or fairy tales that I wasn't 100%. But when they
I
had
don't
Mick
recall
Jagger as an Asian American or Asian person with makeup and all, kind of like
No.
Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's,
In
I was like,
Breakfast
it
at
was
Tiffany's.
cringeworthy. I was like, I'm not okay with
Yes.
this.
No. No,
It's
no,
not
no.
good. There are definitely some episodes
then-
that should be buried and never see the
And then
light
Shelley
of day. But I
Duvall's
refuse.
intro.
Love her.
I was like, oh,
I love
Intro with that
her. and
blonde wig.
It's not
What
a
is
wig.
what's the look?
hello.
Well,
I'm
okay.
Shelley Devall.
That's a lot.
I don't think it's her
Brynne.
a wig. I think it's she
Oh.
went through a
Yeah,
blonde
was there
period.
any redeeming qualities of this to you at all?
Oh my god, no.
Wow.
No!
None? I even
I-
hated the
I-
costumes. They put her in a sack.
am shell shocked. The costumes were hideous and it made me angry because I was seeing these actors that objectively can act with these beautiful storied careers. And I'm thinking, you are making the choice just to fuck with us to be bad actors in this
Yeah.
movie. And it made me so mad. I was like, this is a personal affront. Because you were like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to act well in this movie, even though you know I can.
Teri Garr did a bad job.
They all did a bad job.
terrible.
Even Robin Williams, they all were bad in it. Every single actor was bad in it.
What about the grandfather
Horrible.
cock? It is 1 o'clock in the
Why?
morning.
I got it. I
just
got
got
it.
that.
like, oh, he's
I
a
just got
a
it.
grandfather
The
clock.
grandfather cock.
Stupid.
Now that I just got it just now. Just
It's
now.
so
I was like,
great.
what was it with the human
It was
clock?
dumb.
Just understood it just now. I'm a
And
comment.
you're a
The
comment.
grandfather clock. I love it.
So bad. The costuming was
I
bad.
just got that just
The
now.
acting
Okay.
was bad. Even the jokes were bad to me. Like I was just like,
I
it
love
was
the
like
jokes.
Robin Williams trying to keep this thing going.
What
I know.
jokes? What jokes?
I know. The whole
What jokes are
and
you
then
talking about?
him with the sword fight with
There
the
were a lot.
scorpion in the bed. I was like, what
Yes.
kind of acid trip is this?
No, that was a very real moment for me and my sisters because one of the times we were staying at my grandparents' house, the three of us were up in bed and we were pissed because like we had aunts and uncles and cousins over and the older ones got to stay up, but we had to go to bed, whatever. We start drifting asleep. And then all of a sudden, Cheryl, my middle
Yeah.
sister, starts like doing this weird scream, but I thought she was like, well, we're going to screw with our parents and scream. So I started screaming and laughing with her. Nope, there was a scorpion in her bed.
Oh my God.
It was highly
Oh my
traumatic
God.
for first Cheryl. And then once I stopped being like, what? We're screaming and laughing now? Then it was traumatic for me. And then I think Sarah kind of slept
Yeah.
through it. But anyway, all of that to say, this was a very real thing for the three Jones girls to rewatch over and over and be like, it is scary when a scorpion shows up in your bed in the middle of the night. And I too would love to have a frog to fucking ole that thing like a
It's
matador.
a fucking
and
frog.
get rid
No.
of it.
No. No.
What
would
was
be
the
very
what was
heroic.
the purpose?
The purpose was the final hump for her to finally let her guard down. And well, this frog was helpful. He was charming. He was funny and entertaining at dinner. And then look, and respectful when it came to a bedroom. And then at the end,
Because
he
he's a
saved
frog.
my life. He saved my life. No, because he's a prince.
It was bad. It was. Did you also too?
Prince
He starts
Robin.
off on one side of the bed, and then when the scorpion comes, he's on the
Yeah,
other
he's on
side
the
of the bed. I'm
other
like, when did
side.
that happen? They just rolled around in bed
Well,
together.
I mean, no,
Where's your
I
continuity?
toss
for-
and turn.
She
no,
would
I
have
thought it was-
her big ol' ass would have
He's on the other
smashed that
side.
frog.
Movie
I
magic.
know. There was nothing magical about
No.
this one at all.
Disagree.
Disagree.
And then she's like, I don't believe. Terry Garr's like, I don't believe in magic.
A
You're talking
goddamn
to
frog!
goddamn
How do you not
frog.
believe in magic?
You don't believe in magic, bitch?
Oh,
I mean,
and could she
speaking
not
to
tease her
a
hair
frog.
anymore? I was just like, stop combing your hair. Stop
What?
combing
so
your
I
hair.
would actually, if I had another 30 minutes today, I would have shown up with
Hair.
Teri Garr hair. I was ready. I had the curling iron out. I had my picking
You're
comb.
picking.
I
You
was-
should have, Jonesy.
I was gonna total.
God, that would have been hilarious. I would have laughed my ass off.
And I was gonna put on the little like dome.
But she was
thing.
just so annoying through the whole thing, like bratty. And
Well, she's supposed to be.
there's a fine line to make
She
it
didn't- the
likable.
way that-
She did not.
Yeah.
She did not
She wasn't
need to be
likable at
likable.
all.
Oh,
She didn't need to be.
if you're a
likable.
princess, yes, you have to be.
And then
Yes.
No, that was the
No,
whole
it
point.
didn't
And
work.
that's the whole point of the
It
frog
didn't work.
princess or prince. It's all about
It
there's
didn't work.
a spoiled princess who has to learn.
But she
some
never learned it. She
lessons,
was still a
and-
bitch by the end of it. She didn't learn no lesson.
Well, okay, her father gave. From my point of view, her father gave her a stern talking.
She didn't
to
give
that
two shits.
She did.
She went,
Okay,
okay,
but
dad,
she didn't care.
okay, dad,
Well,
sure.
No, I'm saying.
I'm gonna
Window.
throw you out the window.
But no, I'm telling you, it marinated. That
That
lesson.
frog
you
should have
know,
marinated in a
stuck with
stew, is
her.
what they should have done.
I feel if she had been
Jonesy.
if she had been younger, it would have
Yeah.
read better. If she had been
Younger
younger.
actress.
Because then you would have been like, oh, she's just like a young,
Brat.
spoiled, but like Teri Garr is in her 30s. And you were like, you should
I
know
know, that's what I
better.
kept thinking in my head.
But you were
To
Not to take away
6-year-old
from
Lena
Garth,
watching this,
cast.
I did not know she was in her
No.
30s. So I was
Okay.
That's
totally buying
understandable.
it because and I think that's also part of why they did add the prosthetics to the kings, is so that the kings, which the actors are the same age as the children that they have, they've got to somehow make them look different. And so they didn't necessarily age up, they just made it exaggerated. And to me, that was kind of
very bad. Yes.
I know. Jonsey seems so defeated. But you know what time it's for?
Let's start.
Me to cry.
Cry. Hey, this is revenge for Scrooge.
I once played a drinking game with
Celine Dion, Liza Minnelli.
You agreed with me.
Turn.
That was an awful
Who would
movie.
you say is the most famous person in your
That
film?
movie is
my good friend Ben Affleck and his crippling addiction to back tattoos.
I have the best Lady Gaga story of all time.
Hate him, loathe her, over them, cancel it, tell me everything.
Yes, it is time for Name Drop. Our version is 6 Degrees, and the actors we are going to pick is Teri Garr and Andrew McCarthy. So let's see if we...
I don't know
Of
who
course
that
you
is.
Brynne does. Don't you, Brynne?
Yeah.
She'll figure it out. She always
Yes,
does.
I do.
I have a
Look that up.
feeling Teri Garr to Andrew McCarthy is going to be very easy.
Andrew McCarthy.
Because they're both 80s,
Yeah, I think it will.
early 90s actors.
Love
Yeah.
Andrew
Because
McCarthy.
he is in our
I
next
can do it.
film, which I'm going to be very excited to reveal
which is
because it's one of
also a
Brynne's
surprise to me.
favorite films of all
That's very
time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's from, but I do know.
All right,
this-
I want to.
Okay,
So,
I'm very
Brynne,
excited.
you actually watched this with your daughter, didn't you? So
Yes,
we
I
should
did.
get a kid's point of view on this,
Okay.
because I'm really curious what your daughter, who is 5 years old, thinks of watching this show as a kid.
All right, let's
all
get her out
geared
here.
to. Yeah, let's get
Right.
her out here. Watch, she's
Oh,
gonna
Lord
hate
Jesus.
it, Jonsey.
No, I'm telling you, she's gonna be like, "Love this film. It was dated, but it was hilarious." That's my
Is
Flynn
it?
impersonation. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was dated. It was, but
But
it was
I
hilarious. I really appreciated Teri Garr's acting.
But I totally get why this whole series would have been okay for you to watch as a kid. No, like it was
Well,
safe.
It was safe because it was not just the Brothers
Yeah.
Grimm. It was also Hans
All of
Christian
that.
Andersen.
Yeah.
What's his name? The French guy, Charles
Yeah.
Perrault, who did
All
Cinderella
of
and all
them.
those. And the cool thing too is they did kind of do some of the darker parts that you
Yeah,
didn't see.
That's true.
Like I remember the version of this Fairy Tale Theater's Little
Oh, it
Mermaid
was really dark.
is a little bit
Like the original.
Well, and they kind of
they didn't
correct.
Disneyfy it.
And I liked that because I was a reader. So I did read a lot of the fairy tales
Yeah.
and see that like, oh, this is not what Disney said.
Exactly. All right. Hey, Flynn.
Hi, Flynn.
Can she hear us? Flynn, hi. Is your mic on, Brynne?
That was the cat.
It's
There
okay.
she is. Hey, Flynn. There's Flynn. So, Flynn, you watched this with your mom last night, right? And
Yes.
did you like it?
Yeah, what did you think, Bub?
So, my favorite part was probably when when the princess kissed the frog.
The very end of it. The very end. you mean.
Because
And then he comes
The
up,
very end.
and look at those
and then he
high-tech
comes up
graphics.
naked.
And then they get.
And then wait, and then what? And then what happens after she kisses him?
He turns into naked.
He is naked. Because what frog do you know wears clothes?
Ones that are in children's programming.
think
That's the kind that wears clothes.
Yeah.
I liked the realistic aspect as
What
a
did
child.
you think of seeing
Do you think it's
naked Robert
appropriate?
Williams?
Yeah, do you think it's appropriate for you to watch?
Yes.
You think it's appropriate?
Hello. I think that frog would wear vacation clothes.
What are vacation clothes?
clothes.
What kind of vacation clothes?
Like a little flower outfit and then some flower shorts and then some sunglasses.
See, I would have been down for that, Flynn.
Like white.
Oh, okay.
So
Like that kind of-
basically, you're saying if this story had taken place in Hawaii on a vacation, it would have been much safer because the frog would have been in vacation clothes, and then when the princess kissed him, he'd be like still in his Bermuda shorts, is what you're saying?
Yeah. She's like, yeah.
What did you think? Yeah. What did you think about the rest of the movie? Did you like it?
Yeah.
I have a
Did
question.
You think it was funny? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
I
See? She did think it was funny. What did you think about the princess, Flynn?
I thought she was a little bit too spoiled.
There you go. She was.
Yeah.
But do you think she learned her lesson?
Yes.
No.
You
You
do?
do?
Would you recommend this movie to other people? To your friends?
Boom. There.
Would you
Why
want
not?
Why not, Flynn?
I think the princess teach him to be sassy.
Okay.
Let me ask you, Flynn.
Would
Would you want to see more fairy tales done by this show? Would you want to see more episodes?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Why would you want to sit
You
through
would?
that torture of watching more of these
Hey,
episodes?
you stop influencing young minds.
Did you like this?
You think we should
Flynn,
just
did you like this better than Die Hard?
Did you like this better than the witches?
She doesn't even remember the witches. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
Remember the witches? You don't even
She'll
remember?
forget about this one in a week.
That's okay.
The memory of a goldfish.
That's all right.
Flynn, what's Flynn?
Let's say better than Hocus Pocus.
You like this?
How
better than Hocus
dare
Pocus?
you?
No,
How
no,
Tony is gonna cry right now.
no, let's just compare it. To
Okay, so what did you like better, Hocus Pocus or this?
Thank you, Flynn.
Okay, that's the
Boom.
right answer.
Flynn, what's your favorite
You can
movie?
state my
What's your
child.
favorite movie, Flynn?
Probably.
What is it?
I'm nervous.
Tell me.
What is it?
What is it?
Ready? What? Just
Tell him.
blurt it out. What's your favorite movie?
Yeah, you might not know this one, but
What
yeah,
is it?
what is it?
remember that golden dragon one?
Oh, Rescue Riders and the Golden
I
Dragon.
don't know. Oh, Rescue
I
Rangers?
don't know this one.
It's like a young. It's like a dragon show. Remember How to Train Your Dragon?
It's a TV series.
Like an offshoot of that.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's good.
The How to Train Your
Yeah.
Dragon. I do know
The
those movies, and they're really good.
But the story's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you like the Frog Prince.
All
This
right.
is good.
So if you look up dragon film, if you look up dragon TV shows, you'll probably see it.
Okay, we'll save it for our Dragon TV
There
show
you go.
podcast.
Good to know.
She's like, no.
But
Okay, all
so
right.
the
Thank you,
Thank
Flynn.
you, Flynn.
Oh wait, Auntie Lena has a question.
I was just gonna say the big point to take away
Yes.
from the young child's mind is she liked it and she thought it was funny.
Okay. We'll dive into
She would
that.
not
Yeah,
recommend
but she
it.
wouldn't recommend it for
Right.
anybody
Okay.
to watch, and
Thanks,
she
Bubs.
liked Hocus Pocus better. So
Can I choose the next few?
You can help us with the next couple, and then we'll
Yeah.
talk about it later. Okay?
bye,
Okay. Bye,
Flynn.
Lena. Bye, Tony.
Bye, Flynn.
There, the 5-year-old liked it. She doesn't have a
Yes.
lot to
See,
compare
you're-
it to, though. Come on, let's be honest.
Okay, let's think about who Lena was in the 80s. A 5-year-old who wasn't allowed to watch anything but
And
Disney,
this.
the Muppets, and then this shit.
God, this really explains.
It was
why.
really surprising for me.
Why
There you go.
this was.
I didn't because last night she was like, "What is this?"
She didn't.
And
She
I'm
was
like,
like, what is this?
last
But I-
night.
What is this
wasn't
piece of
into it.
shit on the
But-
screen?
I feel
Yeah.
like I've seen you, we've talked about this before. We've been roommates in the past. I feel like she reacts that way anytime you show her something older. Like initially she's just like, I've seen her be like, this
Yeah, you're
animation
right.
is of
Yeah.
poor quality. And it's like,
That's true.
yes, kid, it's 25 years old.
So maybe the only
Yeah.
audience this is built for is kids under the age of 6. Maybe. Which is really sad because there's better TV for kids under
Which
6
is
out there.
well, and also weird because, like you said,
exactly.
there are a lot of those innuendo jokes. But to me, I feel like we see that in Disney. There are,
But Disney
you
does
go
it better.
That's
They
true.
did it shitty in this.
Okay, yeah. I'm not saying okay. Disney also has all the money and all the power in the world to do it better, right?
Still, this is the thing I think bothered me. I was watching and go, I could have done a better job. That's all that. And
Well,
I could have done a better job.
And I don't want to
Yes.
watch something.
Give me some money.
I'll
Do
do
this.
better.
I think this is part of why
I'll do it.
I got into theater so much is maybe there was a little bit of little kid me who was like, yes, I want to do this. I can do this. And maybe I can do a better job.
Okay. Let's do it.
Someone give us
Give
the
us
money.
the money so we can reboot
Someone
the
give us the
Fairy
money, we'll
Tales
do it.
theater, but better.
Can
Shelley
we
Duvall.
reboot Shelley Duvall's Fairy Tale Theater and I will wear a flower
And
crown?
be the new Shelley Duvall.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh God, no.
I'm crazy.
Shelley
I've
Duvall.
had mental
Just like
problems.
Shelley.
I'm a beloved theater figure in the
Are you though?
community. No, I couldn't even
I
say
know,
that with a
you
straight
couldn't.
face.
Oh my God. But no, there really wasn't.
Just for further backup,
Yeah.
let me just say real quick. Producer Rob also mentioned he used to watch
He
this
has no
show.
taste.
If
We
not
already
this
know
episode.
that.
Oh, she's doing you dirty, producer
He has
Rob.
no
You're
taste.
getting brought in
His
here.
favorite movie.
He has no taste because he
no,
chose
that's
you.
not true. That's why he's still here for so many years.
Ouch.
His favorite movie is Somewhere in Time. That should give you
I'm-
his taste
We
level
gotta do this on the
of
podcast.
film.
I've never seen that.
Holy moly.
He didn't. Yeah.
seen
What
it.
was the one he just? Oh, he hated Barbarella. He pretty much doesn't like 90% of the movies we watch on the show. He's like, no, thank you.
Sometimes I wonder if he likes
Probably
us.
not. He just puts up. He doesn't even know where he is half the
Wonder that,
time.
yeah.
He's so medicated these
I
days.
Oh my.
But
Just
he
sharing the secrets.
producer Rob was actually like really into watching this last night. I couldn't. I had to get up and leave. When he put on the
Well, you're
second
wrong.
episode, I was like, this is shit.
Oh
See,
my
that was
God.
the thing.
You
When I
chose
was-
Rob.
When I was talking to the hubs, I was like, I really want to keep watching more
You guys,
episodes.
something's
And he's
wrong
like,
with
"Not
you.
me."
How?
Something
You
is
know
wrong
what,
with
everybody
you.
watching and listening, put it in the comments. I am very curious to know if anybody else has watched this series, Shelley Duvall's Fairy Tale Theater. What did you think? Do you think it's good? Do you remember it as a kid? Or do you think it's shit and you agree with Brynne and I? I'm very curious.
Please let us know.
Please let us know.
Please let us know.
Please.
See, here's the thing. It made me laugh out loud
On
again,
what
Which
part?
is why I was like, I
Wow,
cannot
what
wait
part?
to watch more episodes.
No.
It was some of the little side quips that Robin and Teri had that they would kind of do the like, you know, like they deliver the one joke and then they do the side little meh, meh, meh. I would laugh out loud genuinely.
Wow.
Okay,
I
both
know.
of you
We're
look
like,
upset.
wow. I don't know how we can view you anymore on this show. If this is, but this does show how you grew up. It does explain a lot about you, and I totally understand. Like I was saying earlier,
It really does.
why Mom and Pop Jones would have been like, "This is okay. It's a little psychotic, but it's okay."
Well, I would say that would probably be the Jones
Yeah,
family.
they're
is
like,
it's
yeah.
okay. A little psychotic,
okay.
but it's okay.
Bestiality jokes.
I
in this.
know.
There are jokes
Yeah,
about bestiality.
Tell
And your
me
parents are like, Shelley Duvall, you're a
Yeah.
kook.
Tell me how to write the Frog Prince.
One, do not.
A witty, fun, relevant version
Easily.
without having slight
easily.
This is
bestiality jokes.
this is look at their episode
Easily.
of the Nightingale. They had animatronics for the bird. Why couldn't they have a frog animatronics and just have Robin Williams do the voice? The problematic part of it,
Okay,
hold on, the problematic part of it was putting a grown man in a fucking frog outfit and a shitty frog outfit at that with a horrible tuck. That was the problem.
And no jock strap. Or what are you
At
doing?
least the
Look at
death
free
spell.
floating in there.
I don't want to see your moose knuckle for an hour.
So
Not the whole time.
all good Christian girls and boys know you just don't ever look below the waist and everything's fine.
And that explains a lot about you people. No, I'm kidding.
So much. The whole time I was thinking, this is gonna be on my horniness meter.
Was it?
And I don't want it
Was
to be.
it? What was the horniness meter?
Yeah, there was horniness.
Yeah.
I was up there on the horniness
Oh.
meter. And I was like,
Was it Teri Garr's frizzy hair?
messing up things like it was the frizzy hair and the come on, you
Dude.
horny toad. And I was like, what? And then he's like naked.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then they're like, oh, we should kiss just to
know.
make sure. And then she makes a joke. She's like, is anything changing? And he's like, give it
Oh,
some
yeah.
time. And he
Oh,
looks
yeah,
down
I
at his
forgot
pee, and
about
I was
that
like,
part.
what is happening?
And that to me, that was like, I was like, oh, that's right. Kissing is supposed to be fun. Ooh, excited. It was very thrilling for a young child.
To realize that kissing gives Robin Williams a boner.
As a frog?
No, no, to realize that like, ooh, kissing is something you want to do again. Like maybe we should test it out again, just in case.
Who were
things
you
change.
kissing at 5
Yeah,
years
we could
old?
Double check.
When you were watching
No,
this?
but you little girl Lena was
About who?
fantasizing about the prince one day. The faceless, like blurry part here, but everything else was looking good.
Okay.
Of the prince that was gonna sweep me off
Okay,
my feet.
I get that,
And yeah,
okay.
and like, you know, I didn't know about anything else, but I knew kissing looked fun. And yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what kids are supposed to like, you know, you give them a very brief
Brynne,
little, like,
you look like you have thoughts. Your face looks so confused.
she looks so upset. I feel like she has an
I
upset
know.
stomach.
She is really traumatized
I
by
am-
the Prince Frog shit that we have.
I'm shocked. I am horrified. I showed this to my daughter. I've got very mixed feelings about that.
Damage
just-
done. Oh,
Your
well.
daughter likes it.
Should we get back to name drop? Did you get it, Brynne? Teri Garr to
I didn't
Andrew
get it.
McCarthy. Damn it. You didn't? I thought for sure you would.
Yeah. I would. If you give me more time,
Okay.
I will. But I maybe by the end of the show, I just wasn't. I was
Traumatized by this?
This is so emotionally complicated for me that all of my energy has gone into.
I
trying
think
to
it's because she's being like conflicted of imagining herself as a little
Maybe.
kid that I
Maybe.
was. And then now she's like also horrified that I showed this to my
Yeah.
kid in the year 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
So I feel like it's that like
Yup.
weird crossroads of like I'm trying to
Yeah.
imagine myself as an 80s child.
Even as an 80 child, I
yet
wouldn't
also
watch this.
hyper aware
Yeah,
of my
no.
child as a
Yeah.
30-year-old woman.
Oh, gosh.
I
Should we
mean,
do?
I
Huh?
feel like I'm.
Go ahead, Brynne.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
go
time for
No.
Grace. Give me a stinger.
Drama.
It is that
Monsieur?
part of the show.
Wait. 3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, half a measure of quinoa lily, shake it over rice, and then add a thin slice of lemon peel.
It's drink. I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another.
Grace, give me a stinger.
Yes, Grace, give me a stinger. This is part of the show where we are going to pair a cocktail beverage and a little nibblies to eat with and drink with this film, this TV show, this atrocity,
TV
Whatever.
show.
cinema.
Whatever this was.
All right, who wants to go first with their pairing this week?
Contribution.
Jonsey, you go ahead. Let's let you start it off nice and sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
I guess I would eat, even though it may be a little bit of a faux pas. I would eat frog's
Okay,
legs.
that was a given, yeah.
With this, because I've had some good frog's legs, especially from New Orleans,
Mhm.
Louisiana. You know, if you're gonna do them, probably they do them right. And I would say for the drink, I feel like it needs to like champagne from France, champagne, like something light, bubbly, sparkly.
Yeah.
You know, like Teri Garr's personality.
Not in this film. Brynne, what are you going to pair it with?
I'm gonna do like a mint julep because it's nice
Yeah.
and green.
Nice.
And then I would just do I don't know, like a baguette and some brie, something very French and simple.
I would do a couple shots of Goldschlager because it tastes like shit, like this film. And then I would probably drop a hit of acid because that's the only way I'd be able to sit through this goddamn piece of shit.
I feel like the Goldschlager is good for representing the ball.
The ball. There you go.
And-
actually,
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
actually,
yeah.
producer Rob got the
Little chocolate
name drop. Teri Garr was in Oh God. Remember? Was that with George Burns? Oh yes.
Yes.
With
I've never even heard of that.
Mario
That was
Machado
like a movie.
was in St. Elmo's Fire with Andrew McCarthy. So St. Elmo's, yeah,
yeah,
there you
that's
go.
right.
Wow,
That's
look
right.
at
Yeah.
producer Rob being active on this episode.
St.
Two
Elmo's
films
Fire.
I
That's a
have
good
not
movie.
seen.
Oh God, I remember
We
that.
should do St.
St.
Elmo's
Elmo's Fire. Yes.
And then there was Oh God, You
yeah.
Devil.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
the sequel?
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
St. Elmo's Fire is one of those that is on Lena's list because everyone.
I
talks
think
about
you
it.
might
So we
like that
definitely
being an
have to-
80s
Good.
teenager, 90s
you would.
teenager, because it influenced a lot of
Yeah.
the teen genre films. I thought it did, at least. So we should
Oh, yeah.
cover it.
Well, and I feel
Young
like
Demi Moore.
That's why I want to watch it. I've heard so much
Yeah.
about it of being this like cusp between the 80s John Hughes teenager films and then the 90s teenager films like 10 Things I
Yeah.
Hate About You and the Bring It On and like all those kind of
Yeah.
ones that I did get to watch and loved. So yeah, St. Elmo's Fire is one that we'll definitely have to add on
Yeah,
the
for
list.
sure. Okay, should we do grades? We didn't give a grade for these last.
Oh my God.
Did we?
Well, how could you?
I
No.
don't remember. No.
There was no the only person to give a grade was me and I didn't
Okay,
pre-rate it.
what would you grade? Let's
I
just
guess
go
if
to
I-
based off of what after watching it.
Yes.
What would you give it now? What would your grade be, Jonsey?
I would give it a solid. I only rewatched The Frog
Okay.
Prince, and I would give it. Gosh, I'm lowering it because peer pressure.
No.
I would give it.
No. Don't even take peer pressure into it. What would you give this film? Be honest, because God knows.
Take your nostalgia
Yeah.
goggles off.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
So what would you give it?
I'm batting between a B and a B
Okay.
minus is what I'm trying to do.
Shut the fuck up.
Brynne, what would you give
Okay.
it? What would you give it?
What's the grade that you get when you drop a class, but it's too late
F.
to not
It's called a W. It's a
not
withdrawal.
It's a withdrawal.
it's a
how I-
withdrawal. I'll
It's
withdraw.
how I kept my
I'll get a
very
withdrawal.
good GPA in college by
You're
basically
gi-
knowing
wow,
when
Brynne,
was
you're giving
the
it a
withdrawal
withdrawal.
point.
When it's
Wow, we've never had that
withdrawal.
grade on this show.
yeah.
I'm giving it a G.
I am
I'm
very
giving it a
unhappy.
G because that's what's after F. That's
Okay. That's what it's rated.
Yes.
Even though it has a lot of
It's
corny
serious.
jokes in it.
I am seriously wounded by you guys'
This
grades.
is the first time we've graded it below a
And
film
not-
below a C. Yeah, I can't with it. I'm sorry,
I don't like
Jonsey.
it.
I love you to death, but yeah.
I don't feel that
I know.
right now. My love tank is
Yep.
empty.
Sorry, you wanted to do the Frog Prince. These are the
right,
consequences. Oh my
I
god.
am
Well,
heartbroken.
no, there is no redeeming quality. I was gonna be like,
No,
well, there is no, just skip this. Skip. Well, no, maybe just check out Shelley Devall's intro and then just go.
Yeah, just look at the
do
intro. Yes,
intros,
I agree.
And then you're okay. You don't need to see the rest.
And the hair. And tell us if you think it's a wig or not.
Yeah, if her hair's a wig. Just let us know if you watch the series because I'm so curious to know what other people think of this series and if people remember it. But
Oh my God.
There have to be because it lasted for
I
6
know, there's gotta be
seasons.
kids
so there
that grew
have
up
to
on
be
this.
kids like me who totally are like, remember
they're
it,
all in
love
prison
it.
or a psych ward. That's what happened to them.
All the other
All right,
jellicles.
did we do our next film? Guess what it
Yes.
is? We are going to be. Let me pull it up so I can make sure I don't mess it up.
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
This is one of Brynne's
bet I can
favorite
predict.
films, and it's the 1989 comedy Weekend at Bernie's. Is what we're gonna do next week. Yeah, I kept it a surprise. She
Holy
didn't know we
shit.
were gonna do that. Finally,
Oh my
we're
God,
gonna
I'm
do
so
Weekend
excited.
at Bernie's. This has been on the list from day one, and we have not covered it. So after
crying.
the piece,
It's in our
yeah,
intro.
after the piece of shit this week, we need Weekend at Bernie's because
I'm weirdly
two
emotional. I'm like
films
gonna
about
cry right now. I'm
death.
so
This film should have been dead a long time ago, and Weekend at Bernie's is about death. So there you go. Jonesy is hating
I
us.
said a film about death, and it was like, who dies in this film? Even the godmother is brought back and does her little.
I know. I'm just saying it all should have
The
just been
ball.
And I
dead.
had some
Go ahead, Brynne.
I had some real issues about the way that they portrayed her too.
Was that Cloris Leachman? I couldn't tell who played the old lady. It looked like her.
No.
No,
It
it's the same
wasn't.
woman that played the queen,
Oh,
I think.
maybe. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay. So
I also didn't get the multiple people
Yeah.
acted as multiple people in this.
yeah, no. Brynne. So
I
we
didn't
can have
understand.
Bernie's.
A plus.
Yeah,
A
because
plus.
this is really one of your
A plus.
favorite films, isn't it? You talk about it all the time.
Yeah, this really is one of my favorite movies.
I haven't
She does
watched
talk
Weekend
about
at
it all the
Bernie's
time.
in a solid probably 12 plus years since I watched it last. And
Oh, you're
I
in for a
remember
treatment.
watching it when I was in junior high, and I have very, very, very fond memories of it. And I really, really enjoyed it when I watched it. So I'm
yes.
excited to revisit
So
it.
what's your grade? What's your grade?
My grade is going to be, I'm going to give it a solid A because I remember thinking it was really, really funny when I was in junior high. So we'll see if I
Yeah.
still do.
Lena, are you aware of
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's and what it's about?
Yes. So I know it's about two, like maybe early college age or maybe right out of college age
Yeah.
guys who decide they want to have the summer of all summers or something like that. Or maybe it's like the spring break of all spring breaks, but it's something like that. The weekend of all weekends, whatever. And they're like at the Hamptons or someplace that the
Yeah.
80s knew was like a hoity-toity place of celebration. And they somehow get acquainted with a rich fella who has a house on the beach, and then he dies. But they want to keep partying in his beach house. So they basically like break all the laws by carrying a dead cadaver and like messing with it and making it do things, probably sticking things up its butt and its other holes and orifices to make it do things. And, you know, if nothing else, they're treating it like it's what's it called? The marionette.
Marionette.
Yeah.
Okay, close enough.
So
I would say we'll
Close
give
enough.
it
You
a
took it to a
pass.
weird place.
Yeah.
Took it to a
Yeah,
weird
took it
place.
to
Yeah,
a real,
close
real
enough.
weird place.
Because I talked about them being shoved
Yeah.
up the butt.
She always takes it dark, just like on this episode with Frog Prince. Yeah, just dark.
Well, at least no one threw the
The
frog
wall
against the
to
wall.
try to make it become a prince. But geez, yeah, so this was a very different episode for us, but hopefully you enjoyed it. But next week we are going to be doing Weekend at Bernie's. I'm really excited for it. So make sure you watch next week. You watch us live on YouTube every Thursday night at 7:15. And if you miss a show on Thursday, you can watch us Fridays at 8 p.m. on Out at TV, where you can watch my other show, Who Invited Her, which is San Diego's only LGBTQ pop culture podcast. We are there every Tuesday night on Out at TV at 7 p.m. Make sure you follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff anywhere you get podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating, helps us out a lot, and visit us on Instagram, Filmspringa on Instagram. Leave us some recommendations of the film, and if you've seen the fairy tale shit theater, leave a comment. I want to know. But
It's not.
Let us
called
know
fairy
how
tale
you
shit
escaped from the
theater.
cult.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah,
is
let us know how you escaped from the
how
cult.
you're doing now, how you survived the cult with Shelley Devall. Have you seen that mix where it's like, hi, I'm Shelley Devall. Hi, I'm Shelley Devall. And it's all the intros to fairy tale theater in a mashup with music. Look it up on YouTube. Miss Miriam
this.
T does a Shelley Devall number to that in her tea party, drag queen here in San Diego. Yeah.
That is
Has
amazing.
Miss Miriam T seen
I
the
don't
show?
know.
I bet
I'm going
she
to ask her
has.
next time I seen her. But that is it for us. And we will see everybody next week with Weekend at Bernie's. Bye.